You know, in today's world, cameras are literally everywhere, documenting just about every second of our lives. But every once in a while, they seem to catch something that, well, just shouldn't be possible. We're going to look at 5 videos that do exactly that, and each one is a chilling mystery that defies any easy explanation. And that's really the big question, isn't it? When something impossible is caught on camera, what are we actually seeing? Is it finally proof of something beyond our understanding? Or are these just really clever tricks of light and shadow? Well, let's take a look at the evidence and see what you think. All right, so for our first case, we're heading deep into an isolated forest. What started as a pretty normal day of motocross quickly turned into a terrifying brush with something unknown. So picture this. A guy named Jacob gets stranded when his son's bike breaks down. Simple enough, right? He heads off to get help, but when he comes back, the scene is just wrong. The bike isn't just gone, it's been torn apart violently. And that's when he sees it, a trail of bones, leading him straight to a dark cave he was definitely never supposed to find. As Jacob gets closer to the cave, he hears a voice. It's faint, and it's calling for help. But this is where it gets really, really creepy. A normal call for help sounds desperate, scared. This voice, it was flat, emotionless, just cold. It's the kind of thing that instantly sets off every alarm bell in your head. Naturally, when this footage hit the internet, people went wild with theories, and one kept popping up over and over: the legend of the skinwalker. It's this chilling piece of folklore about a creature that can perfectly mimic human voices to lure its victims. It's a terrifying idea, and honestly, it fits the unsettling scene Jacob stumbled into a little too well.
Okay, so from a dark forest, we're now hitting a desolate stretch of road in Brazil for an encounter that seems to break the laws of physics. The setting here is super important. It's a lonely road in the middle of the night, miles from anywhere. Two guys are driving along when they spot something that has apparently become a regular and very unwelcome visitor on this particular route. And this is the absolute kicker. The driver just says, frustrated, "It's like this every time." That one comment changes everything. This isn't some random one-off spooky thing. For him, this is a recurring nightmare. He knows what's about to happen, and this time, he's ready to film it. What makes this whole thing so baffling is that it just doesn't make any sense physically. They see a figure on the side of the road. A few seconds later, their car seems to lose power, and when the driver points his camera at the truck bed, there she is, just sitting there. How did she get there? But here's the one little detail that takes this whole story from weird to completely bizarre. The driver says the date is February 11th, 2026, a date that hasn't even happened yet. Was it just a mistake? A weird inside joke? Or is it another strange layer to an event that's already impossible to explain? For our third video, we're heading inside to an abandoned restaurant that's supposedly buzzing with strange activity. A guy was there to film the renovation work, but he ended up catching something totally different on camera. So this guy, Winnie, is walking through the building. And it's just one weird thing after another. Bam, bam, bam. First he hits this intense cold spot out of nowhere. Then he catches a glimpse of a child's face in a window, and it's almost transparent. But the clearest thing he films is a small, boy-sized shadow figure, just standing silently in a corner. And this is where things just go completely off the rails. Winnie works up the courage to go check out the corner where the figure was, and there's nothing there. It's empty. But just as he turns to leave, he glances back, and the shadow is right back where it was, like it never even moved. And that's the moment he decides, nope, I'm out, and runs for the door. All right, this next one hits a little closer to home. Literally. We're talking about paranormal activity inside someone's house. And it all apparently started when a man named John bought one single antique doll at an auction. So at first, it was just little things, stuff getting moved around, the family dog getting really spooked whenever it got near the doll. John was a total skeptic, but then things just kept getting weirder. The activity seemed to spread until something truly impossible happened. They even called a psychic who got to their front door and refused to come in, saying she sensed a malignant energy. But the thing that defied all logic was this. Another doll in the house, a modern toy, started moving and making noise all by itself. John actually filmed himself taking it apart, showing that there were no batteries in it, that the wires were even cut. And yet, it kept going. And that's where the story just stops.
After that last bizarre video, John went completely silent. He vanished from all his social media accounts over a year ago. So the fate of him, his wife, and that doll is a total mystery.
Okay, for our final video, we have one of the most direct and physical paranormal claims I've seen. We're not talking about shadows or strange voices here. This is about a violent physical force that seems to come from nowhere.
And you know how these things often start? With something small. A woman named Nia is just hanging out when she notices the family dog, Coco, is acting weird, just staring up at the ceiling at nothing. So she grabs her phone, thinking she'll see what the dog is so interested in, and that's the exact moment all hell breaks loose. All of it caught on camera. Their first thought is totally rational. It must be an earthquake. But as they leap off the bed, which is shaking like crazy, they realize nothing else in the room is moving. The furniture is still. The lights aren't swaying. That terrifying, violent force was focused only on the bed they were in.
So, there you have it. A strange voice luring someone from a cave, a hitchhiker who appears from nowhere, a shadow playing games in a restaurant, a doll with a terrifying influence, and a bed that shakes on its own. 5 totally different stories, all caught on video, and they all have one thing in common. There's no simple, rational way to explain any of them.
And that leaves us with the million-dollar question. What are we actually looking at in these clips? Are they just really, really good fakes designed to get views? Or are these those rare, terrifying moments where camera actually captures a glitch in our reality, a quick peek behind the curtain at something else? In the end, that's for you to decide.